Darkness is changing, this coat turning into a deep velvet blue. The cold air on the window pane is condensing into a morning dew. I can see the silhouettes of the rooftops starting to appear as the heavy shadows of the long night finally begin to clear. It's that single hour where the entire world holds its breath in place before the sun comes up and forces us back into the daily race. I've been awake for 20 hours, but I don't feel tired at all. I just feel like a spectator watching the gray curtain slowly fall. All the worries that kept me tossing and turning at midnight sharp seem to dissolve into the strings of this gentle acoustic harp. You don't have to fix everything today, you don't have to win the war. Sometimes just surviving the night is what you should be proud of more. Look at the frost on the grass blades shining like diamonds in the dim. A quiet benediction standing on the very edge of the morning's brim. The rhythm is soft and steady, like a slow and patient friend. The long night is over, the light is breaking through the cold. A brand new story is waiting in the morning to be told. Let the blue hour wash away the salt and the stains of yesterday. We made it through the dark, we found a brand new way. We found a way. I can hear a single bird starting to sing its lonely morning song. A tiny voice reminding me that I still belong, that we still belong. The streetlights click off all at once, a silent overhead cue that the stage is being reset for something entirely fresh and new. I look at the notes I wrote tonight, the pages covered in black ink. And for the first time in a long time, I don't care what people think. The lo-fi beat is slowing down, easing its grip upon my chest, signaling the arrival of a harder and peaceful kind of rest. I put my pen down on the desk, take a deep breath of the frost, realizing that nothing we felt tonight was ever truly lost. It was just the price we paid to see the sun rise up again, or watch the light paint a gold line across the window frame. Let the Acapella choir sing their final beautiful amen. The long night is over, the light is breaking through the cold. A brand new story is waiting in the morning to be told. Let the blue hour wash away the salt and the stains of yesterday. We made it through the dark, we found a brand new way. Open your eyes, see the sky, the winter was cold. Welcome the morning light, we survived the night. The winter was cold. Thank you for staying with me. The air is clear now, time to rest. Yeah, testing the signal, listen up. I'm turning the dial on this old transistor radio set. Looking for a station that doesn't play songs about regret. But every frequency seems to be catching the exact same vibe. A melancholy tune that's too difficult for words to describe. It reminds me of the kitchen table back in the winter of old, when we stayed up until 4 discussing why the world felt so cold. We had all these grand philosophies about how we changed the game before we realized the system always stays exactly Now your voice in my memory sounds like it's buried under heavy snow. A distant signal from a transmitter that passed away a long time ago. I wonder if you still drink your tea with 2 cubes of brown sugar inside, and if you ever think about the secrets that we used to confide. The snare hits like a falling leaf, crisp against the wooden floor, as I look at the coat rack standing by the front entryway door, wondering how many people come and go before you find your peace. Tune into the static, listen to the space between the bars. We are just 2 lonely signals reaching out beneath the stars. Let the saxophone carry the weight of the things we left behind, searching for a frequency that's a little bit more kind. A little bit more kind. The city outside is a giant grid of amber and silver wire. A million people chasing after things they don't actually desire. But I'm content right here, sitting on the edge of the unmade bed, listening to the poetry that's spinning around inside my head. The double bass is walking slow like an old man on a Sunday stroll, taking his time with every single note, comforting my weary soul. I used to fear the silence, used to fill it up with useless noise, chasing after fleeting moments, chasing after temporary joys. But there's a quiet dignity in letting things just fall apart, in acknowledging the bruises that you carry on your fragile heart. The Acapella choir is layering up, sounding like an angel brigade, singing a soft lullaby for the memories that refuse to fade. So let the record spin, let the dust settle on the plastic sleeve. Tune into the static, listen to the space between the bars. We are just 2 lonely signals reaching out beneath the stars. The saxophone carry the weight of the things we left behind, searching for a frequency that's a little bit more kind. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you see me? Turning the knob, my old friend. The static conversations across the miles and the nations, let it fade out into the dark. Good night. The park was full of dogs again. I noticed before I noticed the weather. Golden retrievers chasing tennis balls, tiny corgis pulling their owners, a sleepy beagle sitting beside a bench like he owned the whole neighborhood. Sunday always feels different here. Nobody walks fast, nobody checks their phone every minute. People actually look around. A little kid pointed at a pigeon like it was the most important thing in the entire world. And honestly, for a second, it kinda was. I grabbed a coffee, still too hot to drink. Walked the long path around the lake. No destination, no reason, just moving because it felt good. The park was full of dogs again, and somehow that felt like good news. The old man feeding ducks was sitting in the same spot. The woman reading her book turned another page. A cyclist slowed down to let a family cross. Nothing dramatic happened, nothing exciting happened, and maybe that's why I remember it so clearly. A breeze moved through the trees, the leaves sounded like applause for absolutely nobody and everybody at the same time. The coffee finally cooled down, the sun climbed higher, the morning settled into itself like it knew exactly what kind of day it wanted to be. Sunday morning, no alarms left to answer, no emails worth opening, no meetings waiting, just a little sunlight, a little coffee, a little space to breathe. Sunday morning, The city feels softer,
the traffic feels quieter,
the world feels smaller,
and somehow everything feels possible.
Near the fountain, two dogs became best friends in less than 30 seconds. Humans should learn that trick. A couple laughed at something I couldn't hear. A musician tuned his guitar. A little girl dropped her ice cream, then laughed anyway.
I kept walking
Past familiar trees,
past familiar benches,
past people I'd never met who somehow felt familiar too.
That's the thing about Sundays.
Nobody's trying too hard.
Nobody's pretending.
People just exist, and that seems enough by noon. The park got busier but never louder. The day unfolded slowly like
Pages in a favorite book.
one more lap around the lake,
One more sip of coffee.
one more reason.
Not to rush home.
The clouds drifted lazily.
The dogs kept running.
The children kept laughing.
The guitarist finally started playing.
And for a moment,
Everything happened at once.
but nothing felt overwhelming.
Just alive.
Sunday morning,
No alarms left to answer. No emails worth opening. No meetings waiting. Just a little sunlight, a little coffee, a little space to breathe. Sunday morning.
the city feels softer,
The traffic feels quieter,
the world feels smaller.
and somehow everything feels possible.
The park was
Full of dogs again,
when I finally headed home.
and for some reason
That felt like proof.
that things were okay.
Maybe not perfect,
Maybe not forever,
but okay.
and sometimes
That's more than enough. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Wake up to the sunbeams, cutting through the white blinds, leaving all the heavy thoughts of Monday fears behind. I don't even care what the clock on the wall has to say, 'cause the calendar is telling me it's a beautiful day.
Got the window wide open, feel the summer breeze rolling, chasing all the dust away from where the week has been. I'm just lying in my t-shirt, staring at the ceiling high, watching tiny little cotton clouds drifting in the sky.
No alarms ringing, no corporate emails to read, just a pocket full of time, that's the only thing I need. The espresso machine is starting to drip in the back, while the vinyl on the turntable spins on the track.
Let the bass line bounce, keep it light, keep it sweet, feel the wooden floorboards warming up under my feet. Yeah, we sliding into Sunday with a smile on our face, taking everything we do at a beautiful pace. Oh, let the sun shine in, let the good times begin. We are turning the page, we are ready to win. Sunday morning delight, everything is so bright. We got nothing to do but to feel it alright.
Feel it alright.
Yeah, I'm pouring cold milk into a ceramic bowl, listening to a melody that's feeding my soul. An old school groove with a bouncy little snare, making me wanna dance around with no care.
Phones on do not disturb, yeah, I'm off the grid tonight, or at least for the morning until the evening light. I might go to the park, see the dogs running free, or just sit right here and make another cup of tea.
There's a vintage kind of magic in the slow-moving day, when you let the expectations just melt right away. The acapella backing vocal sounding like a choir, lifting up my energy, taking it a little higher. So just stretch your arms out, take a beautiful breath. We got a whole day of freedom, there is nothing left to stress. Oh, let the sun shine in, let the good times begin. We are turning the page, we are ready to win. Sunday morning delight, everything is so bright. We got nothing to do but to feel it alright.
Step outside,
Step outside,
step outside, yeah.
see the sky is blue,
Nothing to hide,
nothing to hide.
everything is new.
Just let the rhythm move your shoulder blades underneath the sunny shades.
Yeah, Sunday sunbeam,
Living out our daydream, keep it bright.
bookstore closed before we were ready. The lights were still warm, the shelf still inviting, the coffee in the paper cup still half full. The afternoon somehow disappeared without asking permission. One chapter became 3, one aisle became 5, one quick visit turned into most of the day, and neither of us complained. The owner walked by, carrying a small stack of books, and smiled, the kind of smile that says, take your time, even when time is clearly running out outside. The sunlight had changed the bright gold of afternoon, softened into something quieter. The windows glowed, the wooden floors glowed, even the dust floating through the air looked beautiful. The bookstore closed before we were ready, before the stories were finished, before the day was done. The bookstore closed before we were ready, but some afternoons never really end. A man near the history section had been reading the same page for 20 minutes. A little girl sat cross-legged near the children's books, completely lost in another universe. Somebody laughed quietly near the travel shelf. Someone else carried 3 novels to the register, like they were bringing home 3 possible futures. Every corner felt alive, not loud, not crowded, just full of people escaping somewhere for a little while. The clock above the entrance moved faster than it should have, at least that's how it felt. One minute it was 3, the next it was nearly 6. The kind of time travel only bookstores understand. The owner flipped the sign to close, but nobody rushed, nobody suddenly stood up. The room took a collective breath, like everyone wanted 5 more minutes. The bookstore closed before we were ready, before the stories were finished, before the day was done. The bookstore closed before we were ready, but some afternoons never really end. We finally carried our books outside. The evening air felt cooler, the street felt slower. The sky above the rooftops turned pale orange and soft pink, then something impossible to describe properly. People drifted past, holding groceries, holding flowers, holding conversations. The city felt smaller now, friendlier somehow, like everyone had survived a good weekend together without realizing it. You opened the first page. Before we even reached the corner, I laughed, because of course you did. Some books refuse to wait until home. Some stories begin the second they're chosen. And maybe people do too. Maybe that's why certain afternoons stay with us long after they're gone. The bookstore closed, the lights faded slowly. The windows reflected evening instead of sunlight, but somehow the stories came with us, tucked beneath our arms. And somewhere between the bookstore door and the walk home, the day became a memory. The bookstore closed before we were ready, before the stories were finished, before the day was done. The bookstore closed before we were ready, and maybe that's why we'll come back next Sunday, looking for the ending we never got. 9 p.m. and I can feel it coming, the shift in the air when Sunday starts to leave. Didn't do half the things I said I would, but I did other things that counts. Put the dishes off one more time, lit the small lamp in the corner, sat with whatever this feeling is. Not quite sad, not quite ready
Scroll through nothing for a while, put the phone down, picked it up, put it down. Made tea, I didn't finish. Stood in the bathroom looking at my face. I look tired in a way that sleep won't fix. More like tired of trying to keep up. But Sunday's almost done and I'm still here. That's something, I think. That's something. One more hour before the week finds me. More song before I have to be okay. Just let me sit here in the almost dark before Sunday goes away. Heard a car go by outside, someone coming home late or leaving early. Wondered what their Sunday looked like, if they got the kind they needed. Turn the lamp off, lay there in the blue. City quiet, doing its city quiet thing. Made a list in my head of nothing important. Fell asleep before I got to 3. One more hour before the week finds me. One more song before I have to be okay. Just let me sit here in the almost dark before Sunday goes away. Weeks coming, that's okay. Had a good one.
We stayed for another cup, not because we needed it. The first one was enough, the second one too. But the afternoon felt comfortable, and leaving seemed unnecessary. Outside the window, the sunlight had changed. The sharp morning brightness turned softer, warmer, like the day was settling in. For a long conversation, nobody mentioned going home. Nobody reached for their keys. The table had become its own little world, and for now that felt like enough. The cafe was fuller now, more voices, more laughter, more empty plates stacked beside half-finished stories. The barista switched playlists, an old song filled the room, something familiar. Even though I'd never heard it before, a couple by the door shared a slice of cake like they had all the time in the world. Maybe they did, maybe today everybody did. Sunday afternoon, the hours move differently. The clock keeps ticking, but nobody listens. Sunday afternoon, one more coffee, one more conversation, one more reason to stay a while. A group of friends argued about movies at the next table. Nobody won, nobody cared. The debate kept going anyway. A dog sleeping near the entrance didn't move for an hour. Probably the smartest customer in the building outside. The street drifted by like scenery from a train. People carrying flowers, people carrying groceries, people carrying entire weekends in paper bags and gentle smiles. The sunlight slid slowly across the floorboards, across the chairs, across our table, marking time without announcing it. The third cup arrived with no discussion, like it had always been part of the plan. Steam rose quietly, the room felt smaller, the world felt kinder, and somehow everything seemed easier than it had on Friday. Sunday afternoon, the hours move differently. The clock keeps ticking, but nobody listens. Sunday afternoon, one more coffee, one more conversation. One more reason to stay a while. Eventually the shadows grew longer, the tables emptied, the music softened, the sky outside turned pale gold, the kind of light that only lasts a few minutes before becoming a memory. Nobody rushed the ending, nobody needed 2 good days, rarely announce that they're ending. They simply become stories while you're still living them. I looked around at the empty cups, the quiet smiles, the fading sunlight, and wished just for a second that weekends came slower. We stayed for another cup, then another conversation, then another moment we didn't want to lose. The coffee was good, but that wasn't really why we stayed. We stayed because the day felt right, because the room felt warm, because the world felt gentle, because tomorrow could wait just a little longer. We stayed for another cup, and when we finally left, the evening air felt different, like we'd borrowed a few extra hours from the weekend and somehow got away with it. The streetlights came on one by one, like the city was exhaling, slowly, carefully, without wanting to wake anybody. The afternoon had already slipped away, somewhere between coffee cups, bookstore aisles, and conversations that never really ended. The sidewalks looked different now, softer somehow. The sunlight had packed its bags, leaving the sky painted in colors that only exist for a few minutes before becoming memories. The streetlights came on one by one, outside the bakery, outside the train station, outside the little cafe where people still sat talking long after they finished drinking. The city wasn't busy anymore, it wasn't asleep either. It felt suspended, somewhere in between, like the weekend was trying to negotiate a little more time. Sunday evening, the air feels lighter, the noise feels quieter, the world slows down. Sunday evening, nobody's in a hurry, nobody's chasing anything. Everybody seems content to simply arrive. A man carried takeout home, holding the bag carefully like it contained something precious. A couple crossed the street, still arguing about a movie, neither one willing to lose. A dog stopped walking just to stare at the moon, or maybe a plastic bag. It's hard to know with dogs, but either way, he seems committed. The traffic lights changed, cars rolled forward, people kept moving but gently. Nobody rushed the evening. The evening wouldn't allow it. The corner convenience store turned on its neon sign, the familiar glow spilling onto the sidewalk. A bicycle leaned against a fence, waiting for tomorrow. An old song escaped from an apartment window 3 floors above and drifted across the street like it belonged to everyone. For a little while, I didn't check my phone, I didn't check the time, I didn't feel like I was missing anything, because I wasn't. Sunday evening, the air feels lighter, the noise feels quieter, the world slows down. Sunday evening, nobody's in a hurry, nobody's chasing anything. Everybody seems content to simply arrive. The first stars appeared quietly without making announcements. The restaurants filled, the cafes emptied, the bookstore lights faded. The day folded itself neatly into memory, one moment at a time. And I realized nothing extraordinary had happened. No life-changing news, no grand adventures, no dramatic endings, just coffee
books,
walk,
laughter,
sunlight,
and enough time
to notice them.
Maybe that's why
Pretend they stay with us, not because they're exciting, but because they're honest.
they remind us
That happiness rarely arrives
with fireworks. It arrives.
as another cup of coffee,
Another chapter,
another walk around the block
another hour.
we didn't know we needed.
The streetlights came on one by one.
And suddenly the weekend looked beautiful from a distance.
The streetlights came on one by one,
Like small reminders scattered across the city,
telling us
that not every good thing needs to last forever.
to be worth remembering. The streetlights came on one by one.
And eventually,
I headed home,
past quiet windows,
past familiar corners
past the places.
that made the day what it was.
The weekend was ending,
That much was true.
but somehow it didn't feel sad.
It felt complete,
Like the final page of a really good book,
the kind you close slowly
just to stay in it.
for one more minute.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Blue sky looking like a bottle of sweet soda pop. Got the windows rolled down, we ain't making a stop. Me and my favorite people in the beat up old sedan, heading out to nowhere with a dynamic plan. We got a cooler in the trunk full of lemonade and ice, and the playlist full of classes that we've already played twice. Feel the warm air blowing through the passenger side. Turn the volume up louder, let the bass line slide.
Everybody's laughing, throwing hands in the air, living in the moment, unburdened by care. Look at the rolling hills turning into a bright green, like a postcard picture on a travel magazine. The drums are hitting crisp, keeping everyone in time, matching up perfectly with every single rhyme. Yeah, we chasing the horizon where the sun meets the land, writing our own stories in the palm of our hand. Underneath the soda pop sky, we are flying so high. Watch the beautiful moments just rolling on by.
Sing it out loud,
Let it echo through the crowd. We made it through the storm, yeah, we did ourselves proud.
did ourselves proud, baby. We did ourselves proud, baby. We pull up to the meadow, throw a blanket on the grass, hoping that this afternoon will permanently last. Somebody brought a guitar, starting strumming some chords, better than the trophies or the corporate awards.
The acapella backing tracks are layering up nice, giving us that sweet feeling, yeah, we don't think twice. Just floating on a cloud of pure, unadulterated bliss. This is exactly what the busy city folks miss.
The simple conversations, the connection so real, healing every single scratch that
We used to feel
So let the ukulele pluck, let the melody cruise. We got a beautiful day and we got nothing to lose.
just look up at the blue.
Take a sip of the light,
Everything is beautiful,
everything.
is alright. Underneath the soda pop sky, we are flying so high. Watch the beautiful moments just rolling on by.
Sing it out loud,
Let it echo through the crowd. We made it through the storm, yeah, we did ourselves proud.
feel the sunny glow,
Feel the sunny glow everywhere we go, everywhere we go.
let the harmony rise to the top of the trees.
Blowing in the breeze, soda pop sky. Never say goodbye.
Yeah, just like that. The lemonade stand was winning, I noticed it before I understood why. There were coffee shops on both corners, a bakery half a block away. A food truck parked near the park, and somehow the longest line belonged to two kids standing behind a folding table with a cardboard sign that leaned slightly to the left. The letters weren't straight, the prices weren't consistent. One cup said $1, the next said maybe $2. Nobody seemed concerned, nobody asked questions. People just smiled and joined the line like they'd already decided this was where they wanted to be. The lemonade stand was winning,
Without advertising,
without a website,
without a logo,
without trying to become anything except exactly what it was.
two kids,
One picture, a sunny afternoon, and enough confidence to believe people would stop.
turns out
They were right.
Sunday afternoon. The world feels different, people walk slower, conversations last longer.
Sunday afternoon,
The sun sits higher, the air feels lighter.
and nobody seems lost.
Sunday afternoon.
Some days don't need plans,
Some days only need sunshine.
and somewhere to stand. A little girl ordered first, then changed her mind twice, then ordered exactly what she wanted. The boys behind the table treated it like a business meeting, nodding seriously, writing notes on a piece of paper already covered in doodles. A man walking his dog bought 2 cups, one for himself, one for a friend who hadn't arrived yet.
That's optimism if you think about it. Buying lemonade for someone still on the way.
Trusting they'll show up, the line grew longer. The picture grew emptier, the smiles grew easier. Every customer left looking slightly happier than when they arrived.
Not dramatically,
Just enough to notice
the kind of happiness
that sneaks up quietly,
and stays a while.
like a good song,
playing from an open window.
as you walk past,
Not yours,
but somehow still part of your afternoon.
Sunday afternoon.
The world,
The world feels different, people walk slower.
conversations last longer,
Sunday afternoon, the sun sits higher, the air feels lighter.
and nobody seems lost.
Sunday afternoon.
Some days don't need plans,
Some days only need sunshine.
and somewhere to stand. Across the street, a cyclist stopped just to watch for a minute.
An older couple shared one cup.
And one long story, a little boy dropped his straw.
3 separate times and laughed harder each time.
Nobody rushed in.
Nobody rolled their eyes.
The afternoon had decided to be generous, and everyone seemed willing to participate.
Even the clouds
Stayed out of the way,
leaving the sky open.
bright and endless, like it had nowhere important to be.
Eventually,
The first picture was empty,
the kids celebrated.
like they'd won a championship.
High five,
Victory laps,
big smiles,
the whole thing felt ridiculous,
and somehow completely important.
because maybe success,
Looks different on Sundays.
maybe success,
Isn't numbers or schedules or deadlines.
maybe success is selling lemonade to strangers and making them smile.
On the way home,
The lemonade stand was winning
long before it sold out.
long before the line appeared.
Long before anyone noticed.
It was winning
Because people stopped.
because people smiled
Because people stayed.
a little longer than they planned.
The lemonade stand
Was winning, and maybe that's the secret to most beautiful things. They don't try too hard.
They simply show up and become part of someone's good day.
Sitting in a glass greenhouse, coffee mug in my hand, surrounded by the greenest leaves in the whole entire land. Monster of plants climb climbing up the iron brick wall, while the gentle afternoon shadows start to stretch and fall. Sunlight filtering through the transparent roof dome, making this little cafe feel exactly like home. I got a vintage notebook open to a blank white page, feeling like my thoughts are finally stepping off the cage. No rush, no hustle, no deadline to meet, just the soothing vibration of the acoustic guitar beat. The vibraphone is chiming in, sounding like rain, but the kind that cures you from the everyday pain. I take a sip of the warmth, let it sit on my tongue, remembering the melodies that we used to sing when young. Every corner of this place is full of oxygen and grace, a perfect sanctuary from the frantic human race.
Grow, grow, let your spirit overflow. Take it nice and easy, take it beautiful and slow. In the green paradise, underneath the sunny skies, we can find the peace that the busy world denies.
Find that peace, yeah. The barista is smiling as she sets a new tray, wishing every single customer a wonderful day. And the cat on the counter is purring in a deep sleep, curled up in the bar, holding secrets that it wants to keep. I'm just watching the steam rise, tracing lines in the air, feeling the profound sense of gratitude right there for the simple things in life that we usually ignore, like the sunlight dancing on the rustic wooden floor. The acapella harmonies are whispering so sweet, creating this soft cushion for the lo-fi drum beat. You don't have to conquer the world every single day. Sometimes it's enough to just watch the plants sway, to let your mind rest, to let your heart heal, yeah. And remember how it actually feels to just feel.
Grow, grow, let your spirit overflow. Take it nice and easy, take it beautiful and slow. In the green paradise, underneath the sunny skies, we can find the peace that the busy world denies. Breathe in,
Breathe out,
let go, breathe out.
every leaf on the vine,
Telling you you're gonna be fine. Greenhouse coffee, keeping my mind soft and free.
yeah.
Peace out. Peace out.
Yeah, the last croissant was somehow mine. I wasn't expecting much, just a coffee, maybe somewhere to sit. Maybe 30 quiet minutes before the city fully woke up. A bakery, windows were fogged from trays fresh out of the oven. People lined up near the counter, still carrying sleepy faces, the kind that only exist on Sunday mornings. A man in running shoes ordered 6 pastries for a family waiting at home.
A woman in a green sweater
Read the same page
3 times in a row without noticing.
Everybody seemed relaxed, like nobody had signed up for a busy day. And honestly, that felt contagious.
The last croissant was somehow mine,
Even though I arrived late,
even though the tray was almost empty.
even though there were people ahead of me.
The girl behind the counter laughed and pointed at the last one, like she was revealing a winning lottery ticket. The room smiled with me,
For absolutely no reason.
and somehow that made it better. The little victories always feel bigger when strangers celebrate them too. Sunday morning, fresh coffee in my hands, nothing important waiting, nothing pulling me away. Sunday morning, the city feels softer, the sunlight feels warmer, and the air tastes different. Sunday morning, some days ask everything from you. Today ask nothing,
except that I enjoy it. I sat near the window watching people walk by. A golden retriever stopped every 3 steps to inspect something invisible. His owner pretended to be annoyed, but couldn't stop smiling. A cyclist parked outside, ordered an espresso, finished it in 30 seconds, then spent 20 minutes talking to friends about places he'd never been and places he missed. The bakery filled slowly, not crowded, not loud, just alive, like a song, finding its rhythm.
A little kid pointed
at a chocolate pastry like he discovered treasure. Maybe he had a couple shared breakfasts from the same plate. An old man folded his newspaper into perfect squares before leaving. Every table held a different story,
every chair
a different version of a good day. And for a while I got to sit right in the middle of them.
Sunday morning, fresh coffee in my hands. Nothing important waiting, nothing pulling me away. Sunday morning, the city feels softer, the sunlight feels warmer, and the air tastes different. Sunday morning, some days ask everything from you. Today ask nothing,
except that I enjoy it. The croissant disappeared one bite at a time, flaky layers falling onto the table like tiny pieces of a very good decision outside. The shadows grew shorter, the streets grew brighter, the bakery grew louder, but never rushed. Nobody checked the clock, nobody talked about work, nobody seemed interested in tomorrow yet. And I think that was the best part, because tomorrow arrives without our help. Monday always finds us eventually, but not today.
Today belonged to coffee cups, warm bread, open windows, and conversations that didn't need conclusions. The kind of afternoon that starts before noon and somehow lasts forever. The last croissant was somehow mine,
but that wasn't really what I remember. I remember the laughter,
the sunlight,
the sleepy faces, the smell of fresh bread,
the feeling that nowhere else
was more important than where I already was.
The last croissant was somehow mine.
Yeah.
And for one beautiful Sunday that felt like enough. Tired in the good way tonight, the kind where you actually did stuff. Walk somewhere, made something, talk to someone. Real things in the real world. Feet a little sore from the market, hands smell faintly like the bread I made. Apartment smells like whatever I cooked, which turned out better than expected. Sat down and didn't immediately reach for the phone, which is new and I'm noting it. Just sat there for a minute in the actual quiet. Made a mental list of today without trying. Sunroof, the record, I found the bread guy, the bench, the river, the orange sky. Good list, genuinely good list. Good tired, not the empty kind, the kind that means the day was full. Good tired, best tired there is. Did something real, felt something real. Put the leftovers in the container, washed the pan while the podcast played. Didn't finish either, that's fine. Day's already done the work. Turn the lamp on low, put the record on the one I found today. Laid down, not to sleep, just to be horizontal and satisfied. Good tired, not the empty kind, the kind that means the day was full. Good tired, best tired there is. Did something real, felt something real. Good tired, real good. See you next Sunday.
2 coffees in a free morning, that was the whole plan. No reservations, no schedules, no notifications worth answering.
Just a quiet table near the window and enough time to let the day happen. You showed up 5 minutes late, holding sunglasses, even though it wasn't that bright. Yeah, the cafe door chimed, the barista waved, like we'd been coming here forever.
Maybe we had.
Maybe every neighborhood eventually adopts you if you stay long enough. The coffee arrived first, then the conversation slowly, the way good conversations do. No dramatic stories, no life-changing news, just little things.
The weird dream you had, the song stuck in my head, the bookstore that finally reopened, the dog that refused to leave the fountain yesterday somehow.
Those things felt important,
More important than headlines,
more important than deadlines, at least for now.
Sunday morning, nothing asking for attention, nothing demanding urgency, just sunlight finding its way
Across the wooden table,
Sunday morning,
the city feels different.
like everyone agreed.
Be a little kinder for one day. Outside the window, a cyclist stopped for coffee. A couple shared a croissant. Somebody carried flowers wrapped in brown paper. A little kid pressed his face against the glass, looking at pastries like he had discovered treasure. And maybe he had. I watched shadows move across the sidewalk while the second cup cooled between
Stories.
Nobody checked the time.
Nobody seemed worried.
The world kept spinning without needing our help.
You pointed at a cloud
That looked like a sailboat.
I said it looked more like a fish.
We spent 3 whole minutes
Arguing about it
like experts,
like children
like people
who weren't trying
to get anywhere,
The cafe got busier,
but never loud.
more laughter,
More cups,
more reasons to stay a little longer.
the kind of morning
You wish you could fold up.
and keep in your pocket.
Sunday morning, nothing asking for attention, nothing demanding urgency, just sunlight finding its way
Across the wooden table,
Sunday morning,
the city feels different.
like everyone agreed.
To be a little kinder.
For one day,
The third coffee probably wasn't necessary, but neither was leaving. The music overhead changed to an old song.
neither of us knew.
Still, we hummed along. Through the windows, the trees moved gently. The sky stayed clear. The streets filled slowly with people discovering their own versions of a good day. And that's what I remember.
Not one big moment,
Not one perfect scene
just a collection
of ordinary things
placed together.
at exactly the right time. 2 coffees and a
Free morning, nothing extraordinary,
nothing spectacular,
just enough sunlight,
just enough.
conversation, just enough room to breathe.
2 coffees and a free morning.
Sometimes that's all happiness needs.
Yeah. Hit the sunroof button first thing, before I even had an address. Let the sky in, pick the direction. Left sounded good, but went left. Volume up to the point of commitment. Sang the hook before I knew the words. Made them up, sounded fine. Nobody grade you on a Sunday drive. Caught every green light on the main road, which felt like a sign of something. Pulled into the lane by the river. Rolled slow, let it be a moment. Guy on a bike gave me an eye, like he also knew this was a good day. Nodded back, kept the groove going. Sunday solidarity. Sunroof down, volume up. Let the whole sky hear this song. Sunroof down, volume up. Can't go wrong, can't go wrong. Stop at the overlook above the bridge. Sat on the hood, ate a granola bar. Watched the river doing its thing below. Thought, yeah, I need
needed this. Drive back, had the sunset on my left. Orange and pink doing too much, but like in a good way, in the exact right way. Sunroof down, volume up, let the whole sky hear this song. Sunroof down, volume up, can't go wrong, can't go wrong. Sunroof still open, almost home, not slowing down yet.
Yeah. The bakery opened before we did. The lights were already on. The smell was already floating halfway down the street before either of us finished waking up. The city had a head start, but nobody seemed competitive. A man carried fresh bread like it was something fragile. A woman walked past holding flowers wrapped in yesterday's newspaper. The morning felt handmade, like somebody built it carefully. Before we arrived, you said we should probably eat first before making decisions. I said that might be the smartest thing we've said all week. The bell above the bakery door rang softly. Warm air rolled outside along with cinnamon, butter, coffee, and every excuse to stay a while. The girl behind the counter recognized 3 customers by name, and somehow that made the whole room feel smaller in a good way. Sunday morning, nobody's in a hurry, nobody's trying to win. The day hasn't decided what it wants to be yet. Sunday morning, fresh bread and sunlight, wooden tables, open windows, and nowhere else to go. We sat beside the glass, watching people pass. A jogger slowed down to look at the pastry display and completely forgot he was exercising. A kid pointed at the biggest croissant like it belonged in a museum. Honestly, it kinda did. Flaky layers, golden edges, tiny clouds of sugar falling onto the plate like fresh snow. Nobody talked loudly, nobody needed attention, just quiet conversations and cups being set down. One by one outside, the street kept moving but gently, like even traffic had agreed to take Sundays seriously. A delivery bike rolled past, the dog refused to continue his walk until he received an acceptable amount of attention. The owner negotiated, the dog won, everybody seemed okay with it. The bakery kept filling slowly, not crowded, just alive, the way good places are. Sunday morning, nobody's in a hurry, nobody's trying to win. The day hasn't decided what it wants to be yet. Sunday morning, fresh bread and sunlight, wooden tables, open windows, and nowhere else to go. Another cup arrived without anyone asking. The conversation wandered from childhood memories to vacation plans to things we'd forgotten until today. The kind of conversation that never follows a map but somehow ends up somewhere good. Outside, the shadows got shorter, the sky grew brighter, the neighborhood settled into itself, comfortable, uncomplicated, certain that there was enough time for everything. The bakery opened before we did, and maybe that's why the day felt easier, like someone else had already started the hard part. All we had to do was show up, take a seat and enjoy it. Fresh bread, warm coffee, open windows, slow conversations. The bakery opened before we did. And honestly, I'm glad it did.
Got there late, but early enough. Found a parking spot which felt like winning.
Walked in past the flower stands, grabbed a coffee from the first cart I saw. Guy selling bread was telling everyone his sourdough takes 3 days minimum. Bought a loaf, believed every word, walked away feeling like a better person. Found a stall with old records in the crate, spent 20 minutes in there easy. Found one I didn't know I needed, paid too much, 0 regrets. Lady next to me was tasting jam like she was judging a serious competition. Drive the one she pointed at, she was right, that was the one. Didn't need most of what I bought, but every single thing felt right. Farmer's market Sunday, best kind of morning light. Walk back slow with the bag getting heavy. Bread, the record, 2 jars of something. Ran into nobody I knew, which was actually ideal. Sat on a bench outside and watched it all. People just doing their Saturday thing. Wait, no, Sunday. Either way, good. Didn't need most of what I bought, but every single thing felt right. Farmer's market Sunday, best kind of morning light. 3 days sourdough, worth it, definitely worth it. Nobody needed to hurry today. Not the woman walking her dog, not the couple sharing breakfast outside the cafe. Not the man reading the newspaper at the corner table like he had nowhere else to be. The traffic lights changed, cars rolled forward, the city kept moving. But somehow everything felt slower, the kind of slow people spend all week wishing for, then forget how to enjoy when it finally arrives. I left the apartment without checking the weather, without checking the news, without checking anything. The sky looked friendly enough, that seemed like information enough. A bakery window fogged up from fresh bread, someone laughed from across the street. A cyclist balanced a paper bag in one hand and confidence in the other. The morning wasn't perfect, but it didn't need to be. Sunday morning, nothing pulling at my sleeve, nothing waiting in my inbox, nothing asking for answers. Sunday morning, open windows, fresh coffee, and a day still unwritten. Near the park, a little girl chased bubbles across the grass like it was serious work. The golden retriever joined the mission without being invited. Neither seemed concerned about success rates. The bubbles disappeared, the laughter stayed. Maybe that's how memories work. The important parts vanished, the feeling remains. A musician played guitar near the fountain, missing a few notes but smiling through all of them. Nobody complained, nobody judged. The song kept going, and so did the day. A small bookstore had a sign outside that simply said, "Take your time." I almost laughed, cause that felt like advice for more than books inside. People wandered quietly, holding novels like possible futures. I bought one, mostly because the cover looked hopeful. Sunday morning, nothing pulling at my sleeve, nothing waiting in my inbox, nothing asking for answers. Sunday morning, open windows, fresh coffee, and a day still unwritten around noon. The sunlight shifted across the sidewalks, the shadows grew shorter, the cafes grew busier, the conversations grew louder, but never rushed. A group of friends shared one table for nearly 2 hours and ordered almost nothing, which somehow felt right. An old couple walked hand in hand at a pace that would frustrate most people on Monday. Today, nobody minded. Today, nobody Nobody needed to hurry.
I sat on a bench, finished my coffee, started the first chapter, then stopped reading.
Just to look around.
Sometimes
The world is interesting enough.
without narration, the trees moved gently, the clouds drifted lazily,
The city breathes softly.
and for a little while,
I remember
that not every day
needs to be productive.
to be meaningful. Sunday morning,
Nothing pulling at my sleeve.
nothing waiting in my inbox
Nothing asking.
for answers. Sunday morning,
Open windows.
fresh coffee and a day
Still unwritten.
Nobody needed to hurry today.
Not the dogs in the park. Not the people at the bakery.
Not the cyclist,
Not the musician.
not me.
And maybe
That's why
everything felt exactly
the way it should.
for one beautiful, uncomplicated
Sunday. Opened every window in the apartment, one by one, all 6 of them. Air came in like it had been waiting outside, just needed someone to ask. Curtains going sideways in the breeze, paper on the desk trying to escape. Held it down with the coffee mug, good enough. Put a playlist on, turned it up a little, sang along to the parts I half knew. Neighbors probably heard, that's fine, I was in key. Mostly wiped down the counter for no reason. Moved the plant to a better spot. Stood back and looked at it. Yeah, that's better. All the windows open, let the whole outside in. All the windows open. This is how a Sunday begins. Patch of sun, like a cat, but make it intentional. Stared at the ceiling, doing nothing, absolutely nothing. Peak performance. Heard kids outside playing something. Couldn't tell what, didn't matter. Just the sound of people having a good time. Floated in through the open window. All the windows open, let the whole outside in. All the windows open. This is how a Sunday begins. Breeze still coming in, still good in here. All 6 windows open.
We missed the bus. At least that's what happened officially. The doors closed, the driver waved apologetically, and the bus rolled away. But honestly, neither of us moved very fast, trying to catch it. So maybe we missed it on purpose. Maybe the afternoon wasn't finished yet. The cafe patio was still warm, the chairs still comfortable, the conversation still going, strong enough to ignore schedules, strong enough to survive another hour.
You looked down the street at the disappearing bus, then looked back at me and laughed like we'd both been caught.
Doing the same thing, pretending to be responsible, while secretly hoping for more time. We missed the bus and stayed a little longer. One more story, one more coffee, one more reason not to leave just yet.
We missed the bus and stayed a little longer.
Some afternoons are worth getting nowhere for. The waitress cleared a nearby table. The sunlight shifted across the pavement. A dog sleeping near the entrance didn't move an inch, even when people stepped around him. The whole street felt relaxed, like everyone had signed the same agreement without reading it. An agreement that said,
today can wait,
tomorrow can wait,
everything can wait.
until after one more conversation. A cyclist rode past slowly,
Holding flowers in one hand.
a kid chased a bubble halfway down the block.
Before it disappeared,
An old man folded his newspaper, placed it under his arm, and walked home at the pace of someone
who wasn't late for anything.
I watched all of it,
like a movie,
without a plot,
without a destination,
still somehow interesting.
We missed the bus and stayed a little longer.
One more story, one more coffee,
one more reason
not to leave just yet.
We missed the bus and stayed a little longer.
Some afternoons are worth getting nowhere for.
The second coffee became iced coffee without anyone noticing.
The ice melted slowly,
the shadows stretched longer.
The day started leaning toward evening,
but gently, without rushing us. The conversation wandered through old memories,
vacation plans,
songs we forgot existed,
people we wondered about,
places we promised to visit
someday. The kind of conversation
that doesn't solve anything,
but somehow makes everything
feel lighter.
A breeze moved through the trees,
across the street,
leaves rattled softly,
like applause,
for absolutely no reason.
And maybe that's why I remember it.
Nobody was celebrating,
nothing important happened.
No milestones,
no announcements,
no big achievements.
Just an ordinary afternoon,
doing its best to be beautiful.
The cafe got quieter,
the tables emptied,
the streetlights prepared themselves for evening.
The sky faded
from bright blue
to pale gold,
to something softer,
the kind of color that only exists for a few minutes
before disappearing.
The kind of moment people miss when they're busy.
We missed the bus and stayed a little longer. One more laugh, one more memory, one more hour
borrowed from the weekend.
We missed the bus and stayed a little longer.
And somehow that became the best part of the whole day.
Eventually
another bus arrived,
then another.
Then another. Opportunities kept showing up like they always do.
But this one afternoon
didn't need efficiency,
didn't need planning,
didn't need perfect timing.
It only needed
a warm table,
a good conversation,
a little sunlight,
and enough freedom
to miss a bus
without regretting it. We missed the bus and stayed a little longer.
And years from now I probably won't remember
what coffee we ordered
or what time it was,
but I'll remember
how easy everything felt for one Sunday afternoon, when getting nowhere
turned out to be exactly
where we wanted to be.
Woke up at 9 and that already felt good. No alarm, just light coming through the curtains. Looked at my phone, put it back down. Today that thing can't wait. Pulled out the pan, found some eggs, half a banana going soft on the counter. Made pancakes with what was left in the bag. Turned out better than they had any right to. Ate them standing up, no plate, just the pan and a fork like a feral person. Didn't care even a little bit. That's what Sundays are for. Put a record on, something with horns. Danced a little in the kitchen just slightly. Nobody saw, which was perfect, though honestly I wouldn't have minded. Pancakes and no plans, best combination I know. Pancakes and no plans, nowhere to be, nothing to show. Second cup of coffee now, sitting in the good chair by the window. Pigeons doing their thing on the ledge, living their best lives. Respect, made a list of things I could do today. Looked at it, folded it up, slid it under the fruit bowl. Maybe next Sunday. Pancakes and no plans, best combination I know. Pancakes and no plans, nowhere to be, nothing to show. Still in pajamas, still good, still Sunday.
pedal down the asphalt, chasing after the gold. Sun is dipping low, prettiest story ever told. The entire horizon is painted in amber and bright pink, making me stop for a second, making me think. I'm riding my bicycle along the riverbank trail with the wind at my back, filling up my tiny sail. Shadows stretching out long, like giants on the grass, watching all the worries of the week smoothly pass.
Got my favorite tune humming inside my own throat, floating down the avenue like a paper boat. The piano keys are bouncing with a jazzy little swing, bringing out the beauty in every single thing. You can feel the groove in the middle of your chest, reminding you that nature always puts on the best show for free. No admission ticket required, just an open heart to get completely inspired. Right into the golden light, everything is shining bright. We are gonna make it through, we are gonna be alright. Let the harmony explode, rolling down the open road, giving away the heavyweight, dropping the heavy load, dropping the heavy load.
Spokes on my wheels are spinning like a silver disc. Tonight we taking chances, taking every single beautiful risk. To be happy, to be wild, to be completely alive, finding the exact rhythm that helps us to thrive. I pass by the bridge, see the water reflection glow like a million little diamonds moving steady and slow. The Acapella choir's backing me up with massive pride, sounding like a whole angel's army by my side, singing hot notes that reach all the way to the stars, breaking down the walls, breaking down the iron bars. I take my hands off the handlebars, feel like I can fly, a silhouette of freedom against the evening sky. So let the bass guitar pop, let the snare drum hit. We are living in the masterpiece, and we are loving every bit.
Right into the golden light, everything is shining bright. We are gonna make it through, we are gonna be alright. Let the harmony explode, rolling down the open road, giving away the heavyweight, dropping the heavy load. Keep moving on, until the night is gone, see the golden glow, here we go,
beautiful.
Phone face down on the coffee table. Been that way since noon, maybe before. Not ignoring anyone specifically, just ignoring the whole thing. There's like 4 messages I probably should, and 2 emails I definitely should. But it's Sunday in the light and here is good, and I'm not ready to be someone who responds. Made eggs around 3, ate them standing at the counter. Wasn't even hungry, just needed something to do with my hands. I keep thinking I should be further along in what I'm not sure. Just this vague feeling like I'm behind some schedule nobody showed me. Read it tomorrow, they'll be fine, you'll be fine. Read it tomorrow, Sunday owes you nothing. Sat by the window with the book I won't finish. Read the same paragraph maybe 4 times. Wasn't the book's fault, my brain just wasn't available. Outside, someone was mowing their lawn on a Sunday, which felt wrong, but good for them, honestly. Some people just work differently. Read it tomorrow. They'll be fine, you'll be fine. Read it tomorrow. Sunday owes you nothing. A phone still face down. Still good. Tomorrow's fine.
Lacing up my old canvas shoes, the ones with the dirt. Putting on a faded yellow vintage crew neck shirt. I'm stepping off the porch, heading down the sidewalk lane. Not a single drop of worry, not a single drop of rain. The bakery on the corner smells like cinnamon and sweet. Greeting every single neighbor walking down the busy street. I got a little bit of bounce in my step as I stride, feeling like I'm coasting on the beautiful tide.
Look at the green leaves shaking on the maple tree branch, giving every daydreamer a brand new chance. I don't need a fancy car, I don't need a golden chain, just this lo-fi rhythm running through my veins.
The drum track is snapping like a branch in the spring, making me forget about every single heavy thing. Just a natural groove for a casual walk, stopping by the local cafe for some neighborhood talk.
Walking down the avenue, looking at the view, everything is shining like it's brand new. Keep your head up high, watch the birds fly by. We don't need a reason, we don't even have to try.
Just walk it out.
I don't. To walk it out. Yeah.
I see a couple kids drawing chalk on the ground, making little rainbows for the people in the town. And the jazz musician playing on a silver flute, while the old men argue in a tailored suit. It's a beautiful mosaic of a Saturday scene, the prettiest reality that's ever been seen. The backing vocals in my ears are doing sweet little runs, like they're celebrating summer under 23 suns. I take a snapshot with my mind, lock the memory tight for the days when the clouds tried to block out the light. But today is all gold, yeah, today is all grace. Can't nobody wipe the silly smile off my face. Just let the guitar loop, weave in and out of the beat, slow and down the frantic hustle of the city street. Walking down the avenue, looking at the view, everything is shining like it's brand new. Keep your head up high, watch the birds fly by. We don't need a reason, we don't even have to try. Shoo-be-doo-ah, feeling so free, sitting on a bench underneath the park tree. Da-da-da-dum. Take a look around, look at the joy we found. Canvas shoes on the pavement, this is how my day went. Yeah, beautiful day.
Same bench I always end up at, by the path where the big tree leans sideways. Been coming here since I don't know when. Feels like the bench knows me by now. Couple walking the dog that hates the leash. Kid on the bike doing badly, doing great. Old man feeding pigeons like it's his job. Sunday doing Sunday things. I keep coming back here when I don't know what else. Not depressed, just kinda processing. Life moves fast and this bench doesn't. That's the whole reason. Last time I was here I was different. Not better or worse, just different. Funny how a bench stays the same and you're the one who keeps changing. Same bench, different Sunday. Same sky, slightly different me. That's enough. That's actually enough. fade until the light went sideways gold. The kind that makes everything look like a memory. Took a photo, deleted it. Some things you just have to keep in your head. Walked home slow with no particular thought. Just the sound of the neighborhood cooling down. Already thinking about coming back next week. Same bench, probably. Same bench, different Sunday. Same sky, slightly different me. That's enough. That's actually enough. See you next Sunday. Same spot, probably same coffee too. Drove out with no address typed in. Just hit the road going roughly north. Gas station coffee in the cup holder. Tasted bad, drank the whole thing. Radio kept cutting between two stations. Left it there like the interference. Passed the sign for a town I'd never heard of. Thought about stopping, kept going. Parked by a field somewhere off the highway. Engine ticking while it cooled down. Sat there with the window cracked. Watched the plastic bag fight the wind and lose. I keep telling myself I need a plan, but plans just turn into pressure. Some Sundays the only move is driving till you feel like yourself again. No GPS, no destination, just the road doing what roads do. Gas station, coffee gone cold, and somehow that was enough. Turned around when the sky went pink. Took the long way back through the back roads. Headlights on, hum of the engine, singing something I half remember. Got home, sat in the parked car, finished the last cold sip. Didn't wanna go inside yet. Held on to the drive a little longer. No GPS, no destination, just the road doing what roads do. Gas station, coffee gone cold, and somehow that was enough. Still in the driveway, engine off. That was a good one. Shoes still on, sitting on the edge of the bed. Coat still on, too. Been like that since 2. Didn't mean to stay like this, just kinda stopped. Bag on the floor where I dropped it. Keys on the counter, I think. Sunday got heavy somewhere between the door and wherever I am right now. Turn the TV on, wasn't watching. Some cooking show, someone chopping something. Fell asleep for maybe 40 minutes. Woke up and it was almost 5. Made some water, not even tea. Stood in the kitchen doing nothing. Looked outside at the light going flat. Thought, yeah, that feels about right. I'm not sad, I'm just somewhere between done and not ready. I'm not sad, just need Sunday to last a little longer. I called nobody back, wasn't ignoring, just didn't have words for anything yet. That happens sometimes. Put on a playlist I made 2 winters ago. Sat with it a while. Some songs hit different when you're not trying to feel anything. I'm not sad, I'm just somewhere between done and not ready. I'm not sad, just need Sunday to last a little longer. Shoes still on, still on. That's all. Where do we go from here?
The dashboard clock says it's way past a reasonable hour to cruise, but I got too many tangled thoughts in my head that I need to lose. The highway stretches out ahead like a long ribbon of midnight black, and I'm keeping my eyes on the white lines, never looking back. The towns on the hillside look like clusters of dying embers in the dark. Each window a tiny biography, each porch light a fading spark. I'm driving 40 miles an hour, just staying in the right-hand lane, letting the cool wind from the window wash away the mental strain. There's an old cassette in the deck, the labels are peeling and torn, playing an instrumental track that feels like it was recently born. It's got that dusty flavor, that unquantized swing and the kick, the kind of rhythm that cures you when your spirit is feeling sick. I see my own reflection in the side glass, looking a little bit tired, but my thoughts are running clear now, no longer overwired. Just me in the open road and the horizon line shifting slow.
Searching for a place to rest, leaving all the heavy burdens that were weighing on my chest. Let the engine hum, let the music take the driver's seat, finding pieces of my story in the rhythm and the beat, in the rhythm and the beat, in the beat, in the beat.
I pass an old gas station, the neon sign flickering open through the haze. It looks like a scene from an old indie movie from my younger days, the kind where the main character just drives until the credits roll, trying to find a missing piece to fix the fracture in his soul. I don't know if I'm running away or running towards something real, but there's a strange kind of comfort in the vibration of the wheel. The headlights cut through the gray patches hanging over the bridge as I make my way slowly up toward the crest of the mountain ridge. You spent so many years trying to fit into a mold that wasn't yours, trying to open up 100 different tightly locked up doors. But tonight out here, none of those expectations seem to matter at all. They look so insignificant, so incredibly beautifully small. Just let the bass guitar roll like thunder through the car seat frame.
Riding through the shadows, searching for a place to rest, leaving all the heavy burdens that were weighing on my chest. Let the engine hum, let the music take the driver's seat, finding pieces of my story in the rhythm and the beat. Miles away, lost the sound, but the air is sweet and the road is wide.
the time or the date through the open lane.
Where do we go from here?
The coffee went cold about 45 minutes ago, but I keep staring at the black surface, watching the steam go. There's a stack of old magazines sitting on the edge of the rug, and the lingering scent of lavender from an old ceramic jug. My handwriting looks messy under the yellow desk lamplight, like a bunch of tangled wires trying to make sense of the night. I've been rewriting the same sentence at least half a dozen times, searching for a deeper meaning instead of just matching lines. It's funny how a quiet room can make a noise so incredibly loud, reminding you of every face you ever lost inside a crowded cloud. I used to think that growing up meant having all the answers clear, but now I'm just accumulating questions year after year after year. Like, why do the things that matter always slip through our hand? And why is it so hard to make somebody else understand? The snare hits crisp, snapping through the heavy atmosphere, breaking the spell of the isolation that I'm holding here. Write it down, let it bleed, everything you think you need. Time is moving like a river, flying past at crazy speed. Close the book, dim the light, give away the heavy fight. We will find another shelter on the other side of night. On the other side, yeah. I can hear the refrigerator humming a low, monotonous tune through the window frame. I can see a sliver of the silver moon. It looks like an open parenthesis, waiting for a closing word, or a fragile white feather dropped by a migrating winter bird. My mind is drifting back to the summer of 21. We used to sit on the fire escape until the night was totally done, sharing a single pair of earphones, listening to something old, before the world got complicated, before the breeze turned so cold. Now I'm sitting in this room, counting the books on the shelf, trying to reintroduce myself to a forgotten version of myself. Every track that plays feels like a vintage postcard from the past, a gentle reminder that the sorrow wasn't built to permanently last. So I let the needle drag across the surface of the groove, waiting for the inner gears to finally start to make a move. Write it down, let it bleed, everything you think you need. Time is moving like a river, flying past at crazy speed. Close the book, dim the light, give away the heavy fight. We will find another shelter on the other side of night. Shadows on the plaster wall, waiting for the autumn leaves to finally start to fall. Leave the ink upon the page, walking off the stage. Just an empty cup and an open mind, leaving all the clutter of the day behind. Yeah, close the notebook now.
Walking past the walking past the corner store, the metal shutters down.
Just another midnight wandering through this ghost of a town. The rain stopped an hour ago, but the air is still heavy and cold, carrying all the unspoken secrets that the streetlights hold. Look at my boots, they're soaked through the canvas and leather. Funny how my mind always syncs up with this kind of weather. I got my hands buried deep in the pockets of my oversized coat, trying to catch a fleeting thought, trying to keep myself afloat. The pavement acts like a mirror, throwing back a pale blue neon glow. Everything moves and fast forward, but my chest is moving real slow. People always talk about the future like it's something to crave, but I'm just trying to keep my balance on this shifting wave. Listen to the hiss of the tires on the distant avenue lane. It sounds exactly like the static running inside my own brain. No destination in mind, no map on my cellular screen. Just a shadow blending in with the background of a cinematic scene. Hold on to the night before it slips away into the gray. We don't have to find the words for what we couldn't say. Let the rhythm take the weight, let the silence do the rest. Rest your weary head against the cold wind from the west. Just let it slide, let it slide. I remember back in April when the days were warm and bright. Now I'm counting down the minutes in the middle of the night, wondering if you're sleeping or staring at the ceiling fan too. Tracing the shadows of the blinds, feeling a different shade of blue. My phone hasn't buzzed in hours, and honestly that's a relief. In a world that demands your attention, silence is a temporary thief. I take a long drag of the crisp air, watch it turn into steam, living in that strange thin line between a memory and a dream. The bass line is stepping heavy now, like a heartbeat through the floor, reminding me of all the things that I don't care about anymore. The small talk, the fake smiles, the promises built out of sand. I'd rather be right here with nothing, holding on to empty land. Just the keys on the roads, piano dipping low and sweet, making a soundtrack for the solitary movement of my feet. Hold on to the night before it slips away into the gray. We don't have to find the words for what we couldn't say. Let the rhythm take the weight, let the silence do the rest. Rest your weary head against the cold wind from the west. Is anybody there? Did we lose the spark? Footsteps on the gravel, turning into dust. Learning who to love, learning who to trust. Yeah, the sky is turning a lighter shade of ink,
Telling me it's time to stop and finally think.
let the trumpet play me out to the edge of the block.
Keep it rolling,
Just keep it rolling.